you had mentioned to me this concept of like ownership, taking ownership of things, right? Can you speak to that a little bit too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was another one of the kind of sins that I put down here was blame, right? As another deadly sin towards health and wellness is blame. Like when you're blaming other people and you're like you mentioned, like being envious of other people, but rather, or blaming the world, right? And saying like, the one thing we were talking about beforehand was, everybody knows these people, or maybe you are one of these people, and drama just seems to follow you. Like problems just always seem to follow you, or these people are always posting on social media about what's happened to them and like how things are working against them.
Followed by hashtag can't stand drama.
Yeah. Right. But, my belief is that in these situations, in almost every case, and I say almost every case, but really I think I do believe in like in every case, the drama's not following this person, but rather it's more like they're leading it on a leash, right? And maybe it's pulling them in certain directions.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you have to take ownership of that leash. You have to understand that whether you're behind the leash or whether something's pushing you, like you have to take ownership of that. Mm-hmm. And a good example that I actually gave to a client recently was when, if somebody was standing there in front of you and just smacking you in the face, 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 are you going to just stand there and wait for that thing to stop smacking you in the face? Or are you going to, try and step backwards or step to the side or maneuver in some way where things stop smacking you? Like you have to, at the end of the day, take a level of ownership to everything that's going on. And I think when you do start to take that ownership, it really does take the power away, or the perceived power away from these external forces that appear to be working against you.
Yeah, you'd have to be quite the masochist to just stand there and keep getting smacked.
Yeah.
Maybe one out of a million people.
Yeah, but I mean, so many people do, right? Because they just don't believe that they have any other options. They believe that they're in a corner, and maybe they are in a corner, but you have to find a way out. And that's something that I work on actually with my martial arts students, is we work on, from a fighting standpoint of like, what do you do when you're cornered? Like eventually you have to find a way out. But I always relate it back to life in the sense that, this is training for real life situations, because in life you're going to feel like you're put in a corner a lot of times, and like there's nowhere left to go, and that you're just meant to just keep taking the shots, but you're not. Like you can always find a way out. You might take a couple shots on the way out, but you can still get out.